going to show slides of my father's stonework, fireplaces, and great stuff. And Randy Just, who was his very long time apprentice and assistant, is going to narrate the stonework. And then to culminate the evening, Melora Marshall is going to get up and read a selection of poems by my mother, Barbara. I'd like to invite Randy up to talk about stonework.
I'm going to show you some of the stonework that Jack did, some of the stonework that I helped him with. Most of this is Jack's stuff. And I also wanted to say that he didn't just do stonework. There was some work that he did that he made money at. The stonework we had a lot of fun doing, but that kind of precluded the money. Anyway, this is a clinker brick clinker brick fireplace. The clinker brick is, in the old days, they would just pile a whole bunch of bricks on top of each other and then put some jets in there and burn them up. And of course, a bunch of the bricks would end up kind of misshapen and melted and screwed up, and they'd throw them out because the bricklayers couldn't handle that. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I should either stay close or far away. Bricklayers couldn't handle it, but the stonemasons loved the clinker bricks because they were all stony, kind of cool. And then here is Fred Tackett's fireplace. It's in the canyon here. This is made of granite river rock, and well, it says here, Jack primarily thought of himself as a philosopher and a poet, but he also wanted to be thought of as a village mason, and that's the way he felt. Oh, I was going to say that these are not in chronological order, these pictures. They're in alphabetical order, and C is for cement mixer. This is a pretty little limestone fireplace that Jack built on Bonnell Drive. Recently, though, it seems like the new owners modernized by covering up the stonework with bricks. I think it made him kind of mad. This is another river rock fireplace with more attention paid to the cutting and fitting of the stones than the last one. And the mirror on this side here makes the stone fireplace and the whole room actually look larger than life, which is sort of what Jack was like. Nick Buttle. I don't really know who he was, but this was his fireplace. Gunnison Trail. See, Johnny remembers stuff. And anyway, this is a iron rock fireplace. There's a bunch of iron rock outcroppings in Topanga. It's a volcanic rock that I guess the volcano's made in here. Oh, and what happened? The slate, the hearth is made out of a billiard table, I think, piece of slate. The Tierman fireplace, the house on Topanga Canyon Boulevard is designed by Bob Bates. We all know Bob Bates, I guess. And Bob and Jack collaborated on a number of houses in the canyon, and I think Bob was a great designer. He had simple, elegant designs when he made houses. And here's another Bob Bates design. You don't see much of the house here, and actually the house isn't finished, but we did finish the fireplace here. This is the downstairs fireplace. We spent days and days collecting these stones out in the Big Tujunga Wash, where the river brought the rocks down from the San Gabriel Mountains out there. And because we wanted just the right stones, you know, the stone yards didn't have them. This is the Orenstein fireplace upstairs. There's 2 fireplaces in the same chimney. This one was up in the bedroom, and Mrs. Orenstein's name was Rose. So Jack decided he would put a rose in the middle of the fireplace up there. Isn't that nice? He's such a romantic. This was a fireplace done in the valley in Chatsworth, I think. Lanny Rosenberg was a midwife who helped a lot of birthing mothers in Topanga, and she just had to have a Jack Rice fireplace. She was going to have the cabinet maker who built the cabinets in the backyard, in the background there, do the mantle, but we told her that was no good. So we went and sawed down a tree out in Tuna Canyon, a nice oak tree, and built a mantle for her. This is Witzigman's fireplace. What the hell was his first name? Witzigman.
Julius.
Julius, that's right. Julius Witzigman. Anyway, this is an ironstone that came from Tecate, Mexico, I think. And he brought it up here himself, or he had a truck bring it up. And we did the stone floors on this too. They're a flagstone floor. I think the floor on at this house was really fantastic. I had a great time doing the floor. But, this stone is, if you hit it with a hammer, it kind of splatters glass in your face. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Here's Paul Rosenberg's wall. Paul had been collecting artifacts to put in his wall for a long time, and as you can see, there's an old wagon wheel right there. Oh, here, I have a little pointer. There's a wagon wheel that we put in the wall. I think it got over-embellished with stone, but that's Jack's way. It's in Topanga. Yeah, up in Hillside. Here's a limestone fireplace that was built for Christine Kidd. A kind of rare example of almost symmetrical stonework. Megan said that this picture was taken for some food magazine or something. Mm-hmm. And that's why there's a glass of wine there, not because Jack didn't drink wine. There's me and Jack side by side on the Mahler fireplace up on the scaffold. And almost all the fireplaces he built were made out of brick or concrete block, and just the facing was made out of stone as a decoration. And that's Jack, I think, at maybe 35 or 40. And back to the Mahler fireplace. That's after we covered it up with stones, the same stones from the Big Tahunga Wash. Glorious stones. I think they're really great. And here's the Mahler fireplace on the inside. A lot of times when Jack and I built a fireplace facing, he would work on the left side and I would work on the right side, and we'd try to meet in the middle and stuff. But on this one, Jack did all of the inside, and he made me do all of the outside. I'm not sure if that's right side up, but anyway, this is, there's a house. My phone is buzzing my pocket. Jesus. This was Steve Gunsberg out in Malibu. He wanted to build in kind of a monumental style, and this is just a small portion of one of the pillars that was holding up his roof. It's a Bouquet Canyon stone that's mined out here in Bouquet Canyon out by Castaic Lake. This is one of my favorites. Huh?
Did you cut
Yeah, they didn't make them so they fit together very well. So we have to shape just about every one of them. On this one, we built on a lot of them. We made concrete hearths and concrete mantles that sort of fit in with the stonework. This is another Topanga fireplace. And you can see with the black smudges on the mantle that this one maybe smoked in the room a little bit. And I always thought it was because we didn't get the geometry quite right inside. But Jack says because the damn clients didn't know how to build a proper fire. This is Jack and the client's Doberman. And this is some brick that we got out of Mexico. It's like pumice stone. It was real lightweight and kind of yellowish flavored. This one is also a two-story fireplace. There was a fireplace. This is downstairs, and the one upstairs was built by his son-in-law, and it's a better-looking fireplace, the one upstairs.
Randy?
Huh? Oh, this is a close.
Randy, when was the fireplace?
You taking a picture of the back of my head? This is a close-up of photo number 6, and it's been rotated 90 degrees to show that the stones look at rest even when you're laying on your back. I don't know why we got. Oh, this is a little fireplace in a tiny castle up on Fernwood, where a little princess lives. And it doesn't show it very well, but these stones are really black. They're basalt rocks that we got out of Topanga Creek down by the down below the S's. There's an outcropping of really cool basalt rocks down there. We can't pick them up anymore because that's part of the state park. But we did then. I think it was before it was a state park. This is a fireplace made out of some flagstone that Jack built for Anthea, his youngest daughter, and John, her husband. This was the last fireplace he built, and in fact, I don't think he did much building on it. He just kind of pointed and shouted because, what was he, like 86 or something? 90-12? I don't know. Anyway, I think that the mantelpiece he brought from Black Mountain College, although I'm not sure about that. He dragged it in from somewhere. Didn't he drive some old Pontiac from?
I think so.
Put it in the back of the Pontiac. Well, anyway, I think that's the last of the these things. Do you want the next picture?
No.
No. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
I'd like to invite Melora up to read my mother's poems. Melora Marshall.
Hello. I have several poems here to read, so you might want to hold your applause for the poem until after they're read.
Does she need to hold them?
Is this okay? I'll just talk loud. You can hear me, right? Okay. This is called The Goddess. Everything I looked at this morning, she saw first. I walked behind her with large hands. Weeds grew in the dust. Yellow ribbons were tied to bushes. The morning was cooled by doves. She left a tiny blue feather on the road, a sweet taste in my mouth. I swing down the Mondays of my life, seeking me, handmaiden to goats, jailer of hens. But the full udder leaks. The hens eat the eggs, and then it's Tuesday. It is Sunday, St. Cecilia's Day, Scarlatti and Monteverdi. Fiddles draw honey from hives. Something rises, shivering. Nothing is secret. The tongue slips. Roses confess the bush. Face up, I open my mouth. My house crouches next to me, skin of my skin, stretching the truth. The white foal lies on the ground. Flies are thick as cloves. Its mother, a freckled mare, chews her hay. He is white sugar, sweet to the flies as summer. This is called the fox. The goddess that lives in Red Rock Canyon is hiding. She attended the fire and the rapture of shrieking trees. The fire's bushy red tail is everywhere. Its eyes glinted, made sparklers. It was Halloween and carnival. The goddess is quiet. She hunts water to cool her burnt eyes. The mother of my father, a lost Rebecca of a more biblical time, made children and died. Birth is not pretty, nor is it natural to write poems. Sometimes the mother tears. Once I dreamed her smiling in a mirror at the mystery of breasts. My heart is in my throat this morning. I walk fast, mugwort, poppy, daisy. The Mercedes, bathed and perfumed, pass. I sweat and hold my breath. Wild tobacco, lupin, yucca. The clouds are friendly. Move slow. Wear pale blue underwear. Oleander, sweet pea, yarrow. Red-tailed hawk chased by crow. Dog shit on the road. Buckwheat, mustard, Indian paint. I look for feathers. I find a bone. Artemisia, sage, prickly fox. I'm almost home. It's uphill all the way. With each child, I lost a tooth, a piece of the puzzle. As each child left carrying one tooth and a perfect smile, I lost the mother. Beautiful, poignant, this day serves as Eucharist, rock into bread, light into wine. These walks are secrets, like the long, mindless thoughts of horses. A red-shouldered hawk showed himself this morning, but not for long. Beauty is quick. Topanga has no church bells. Our births and deaths go unsung. The dead boy's mother, etched in gall, could not sit still. I feel so strange, she said, as though I'm waiting for something to happen. But it's already happened. Two loud-mouthed crows conduct a service on top of a tree. It's not easy to chew the dark bread of the unconscious, even studded with raisins. My moon-faced mama, my moon-faced grandma, candied orange peel, sweet on the tongue, sweet in remembering, sweet in forgetting. Food for the dead. The dead have forgotten who they were, draw lots for the new incarnation. The living still tread the path, give praise for the sweet and the bitter, give praise for life. Once I was known by my world. A mountain moved, a sparrow fell, days became nights, became vigils. Passed like a dream, that landscape. That tree, the flowering one, was it there before?
Thank you all so much for coming tonight. And I want to thank everyone who helped me with this effort. Thank you very much.